SK family, we're going to be doing a picture walk with this book. Let's take care of the earth. When we take a look at the illustration, I like you to look right here. This is a goat. It is a type of animal. Here we have what is called a whale, an orca, a type of whale that lives in the ocean. And speaking of ocean, on our world, this is the world, you can see the oceans, the land masses, and the different continents. And we live on the continent of North America. So now let's go ahead and do our picture walk. Let's take care of the earth. Home sweet home. And when we take a look at this picture, this is a picture of the desert. The desert is a dry place, and it has different types of creatures or species of animals. And this is one type of animal, which is called a rattlesnake. A rattlesnake. Let's take care of the desert. When we take a look at the desert, you see different types of vegetation. We see cactus. And then we see right here. You see that? That's a lizard. It's a horny-toed lizard. Now we're going into I think you probably remember this. We talked about this one before. We read stories about the forest. The forest. And this animal is a grizzly bear. Say it with me. Grizzly bear. Oh, I'm quite sure you remember this animal here that lives in the forest. Yes, a baby deer, which is called a fawn. A baby deer. And here we have an animal that we always think that's a squirrel. But it's not a squirrel. It has stripes, and it's called a chipmunk. Now we're looking at the ocean and that, what do we call that? Yes, it is a whale, and it's called an orca whale. And also in the ocean, you have other creatures. Let's take a look at the other creatures that's in the ocean. We have fish that we know, but right here we have what is called a seal. A seal. And also in the ocean, there are plants that are called seaweed. Right here, seaweed. Take a look at a few more illustrations. Then we get to the swamp. A swamp is a body of water where all types of water creatures live. And in this case, we have the alligator. We have a frog that's sitting on a lily pad in the swamp. And we also have a type of bird that lives in the swamp. It could be a crane. That's a type of bird. Then we'll take a look at this illustration and we see the mountains. And we'll see a mountain goat. A mountain goat. A goat that can climb or scale mountains because the hooves of their feet are very strong. The hooves right here. The hooves of their feet. In the mountain, we see birds that fly. And a mountain are stone, very hard stone, or very hard rock. Very hard stone or rock formation. And let's take a look at this picture again. Let's turn this back over and look at this. And you remember what we call these type of trees? They stay green all year? Yes, evergreen trees. Now we're going to what we call the rainforest. And in the rainforest, you find this type of creature. It is a big cat, and it's called a jaguar. A jaguar. Also in the rainforest, there are birds. And this is a toucan, a type of bird, a toucan. We just talked about the desert, the forest, the ocean, the swamp, the mountains, and the rainforest. So friends, as you read the beautiful stories or the wonderful stories at home, make sure, parents, that you are pointing to the illustration and telling your children what the pictures are. That helps build their vocabulary and also gives you ideas or conversation pieces that you can talk about. What happens in the desert? What happens in the mountains? What type of creatures do you see in the desert? What type of creatures do you see in the mountains? The rainforest, the ocean, the swamp. So friends, I hope you had a great time with me. I did with you. And as always, learning is fun.